Okay, so what should you do if you become tired while you're driving on a motorway? We need to leave the motorway at that point, right? Be patient. So cyclists, so you remember you need to know your crossings, right? Uh, and cyclist is a toucan crossing. So fuel consumption is going to be highest during acceleration. That's why you don't want to. You want to keep the acceleration gentle, right? So yeah, this area is obviously a pedestrian. Sorry, no, is a cycling area. That's why there's a big picture of a cycle. Um, generally, you want to keep to the left lane in a motorway. The thing is, I used to go for this answer, but and this is probably more likely. There's a lot of things you just need to know. Like, yeah, we need to look at the marker posts to tell where the emergency telephone is. Stop at a passing place. This one is this, I believe. I think the actual answer is probably the weather, but I think the correct answer is the driver here. Slow moving queue of traffic. That's probably the answer there. So this is also a question that you have to. There's another way of answering. One of the answers is you have to see that the central reservation is clear. In this situation, though, yeah, you have to wait until the road is clear. Again, the long vehicle will be able to jut out to the right at the roundabout. As it goes into the roundabout, so it needs an extra. The turning circle is larger, right? Um, Airways open is normally is often the answer to these ones. This one again is one you need to know, and it is 1.6. Oh, actually, and maybe this might have an extra one. I'm pretty sure it's 1.6 for the car on your but this is for trailer or caravan. So that might actually need higher than. We're gonna go for 2 on this one. I'm gonna I'm gonna go 1.6. Maybe it's the same. So this is one of the few questions. I'm glad this one came up where the answer is sound your horn. This is one of the cases where actually sounding your horn is the correct thing to do when a vehicle is reversing off their driveway into the road. This is pretty obvious. This one. Yeah. In general, if there's any sort of like warning or hazard, the answer is normally reduce speed. Or stop, pull into it, and like just something really like a defensive sort of thing. And again, be ready to stop. Yeah, if they're not, if the tire's not working properly, then that's going to affect the stopping distance. Right. So obviously, if you're going at 50 and you want to go to 20, you can just go to a lower gear, and that's going to limit the speed because obviously a second gear can't go above 20 miles an hour or something like that. Turn left ahead is this one. And again, this is a long vehicle. You can see that we already had similar questions. We can't. Okay, so this is actually the answer for when you can use your horn. I mean, that is correct. For you can only use, you can't use your horn between 11:30 and 7 in the built-up area. But the problem is the second one is also correct. The problem is that sounding the horn. This is kind of pointless to do this. If you need to use the horn, I'm not quite sure what you actually are supposed to do. If there is like, what if a car reverses out the driveway when you're driving past and it's 1 a.m. That isn't clear to me exactly what you actually do in that situation, but whatever. But this is typically when you do use the actual hazard warning lights. This means you can't be used on the road. Yep. Yep. Had this one already, but we know it's a larger vehicle now. This is a maximum speed of 50. Temporary. So here you can see they're breathing, so we don't need to check their airways, right? When should you move them? So it's not saying there's further danger, right? So it means there could be further danger. There you go. Yeah, I think this must be this is because I mean there are a lot of questions. Even though I've done this test many times, there are a lot of questions. This is probably the answer though. So one of these is a stabilizer. There's two answers for the caravan. I'm pretty sure stabilizer is often the way. Is the other thing a jockey wheel? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the stabilizer is. If I saw the other one, I'd remember it, I think. So this was a super awkward one as well, because literally you never see this. But the answer is an organized walk. This, yeah, very light steering. If you're losing grip there, and then basically just don't do anything. Allow extra room, right? Because obviously if they could blow around in the wind. Probably that. Again, there's many varieties of this question as well. I've not seen this one. It looks like that's probably the best place though, right? This is coasting, yeah. Reduction in control. Yep. No right turn, that's pretty obvious. Slow down. This is an annoying one. This I don't actually believe even is a real road sign. I've had this question before. This is not, I don't think this is a real road sign. It doesn't really mean anything. I think that's the answer. So you need to be in the right-hand lane if you want to turn right, unsurprisingly. See, this is not what you're supposed to do anyway. Nearest marker post seems to be a pretty good option. Yeah. It might not be there. We'll see. So we've seen this one. Often asked this one. Yeah, this is an interesting one. I've not had this one as well. This is obviously quite an obscure one. I think I'm not sure about that one. It may be. That is. I'm honestly not sure on that one. Let's contraflow this. Again, this is going to be there's a bus, and why is it on the left here? Bus needs extra room. Cyclists keep to the left for safety. The yellow lines, double yellow, no waiting there. Let's see what we get this time. Well, even better that time. So what do we get wrong? What did we get wrong? Safety in your vehicle. There, see, this is. I knew that was going to be the one I get wrong. They have to use a child restraint. Okay, so that is actually so that is actually a real thing there.